Polarity of energy. Polarity is two opposites with various degrees of one aspect. Heat energy causes hot or cold, cold being an absence of hot energy. Light energy causes sight or darkness, darkness being the absence of light energy. Water energy causes things to be hydrated or dehydrated, dehydration being the absence of water energy. Love energy causes freedom or control, control being the absence of love energy. Śāṭān energy. This is an ancient Hebrew word. It is an individualistic mind frame, a product of fear. It leads to death, ultimately extinction. Reinforces external control. Also reinforces a lack of control psychologically. It has come to my attention that the ancient Hebrew language has a word, śāṭān, Satan, which is spelt like the English word Satan, without accenting letters. It means the opposer, the adversary. Put into context, distant, not intimate, no love energy. Astray from righteousness, to pursue egoic will. Opposer, of what? Of nature's will. Adversary, to what? To natural order. To obstruct, make hard to see. See what? The truth. That is the definition of occult, hidden. The occult is hidden knowledge, not mainstream. Mainstream connections to the occult are obfuscated intentionally. Fiend, an immoral person, wicked, cruel. Withstand, to stand against. Against what? Against love, unaffected, resistant to care. Accuser, to blame, disapprove, and censure. Blame what? Natural law for their suffering. This mind disapproves of the reality of our equality, blames not being able to do wrong and get away with it on karma, and is cooperating with like minds to defy karma and achieve the status of God on earth. This needs to be understood as something that already happened. The motive to control is not something in the near future. The effects of global domination are what we are living in. We have been groomed, moving deeper into chaos for thousands of years. The role of truth, the spirit of nature, God, or by whatever identity we can label the highest power, is to be completely unknown. This causes oneirotaxia, and truth will be indistinguishable from falsehood. Oneirotaxia leads to solipsism, which is a soulless, purposeless way to live. Satan is not a god or character, but actually a state of mind. Satanists, the word deriving from Hebrew śāṭān, worship their ego. They want to do whatever they want with no consequences, which is what we all want but they do not want freedom for everybody. They want to control. It is their own will that they live for, never nature's will. Theirs is a selfish will. That is how they are justifying doing evil. It makes them happy. It makes them feel good. It is good for them. It works. Plus the perks of being a house slave. The system works for them. This is the missing connection a lot of people do not understand. Satanists are not actually openly evil, and they do not identify themselves as satanic. It is their intent to do whatever they need to do to get on top, and damning anyone they need to achieve their expectations of success. Free to rid the world of undesirables through unbelievable extremes. These are the satanic tenets of those controlling the world. Moral relativism, self-preservation, social Darwinism, eugenics. Satanic tenet 1. Moral relativism. If morality is relative, then right and wrong are subjective. If right and wrong are subjective, then man makes up right from wrong. If man makes up right from wrong, then man dictates rights. If man dictates rights, then man is the highest power. If man is the highest power, then there is no God. If there is no God, then there is no universal consciousness. If there is no universal consciousness, then there is no higher will. If there is no higher will, then there is no free will. If there is no free will, then there is no freedom. Satanic tenet 2. Self-preservation. The right thing to do is the right thing. The right thing to do is take care of you and yours. There is no universal consciousness because man is the highest power. Survival and stability in your life is the most important principle to remember. Do what is best for you. Satanic tenet 3. Social Darwinism. Man is the highest power. We must be the most vicious and callous over our peers because it calls for our survival. If people are not willing to do what you are to get to the top, then you deserve it, and they had it coming. Satanic tenet 4. Eugenics. It is right to alter the gene pool of humanity in order to maintain superior genetics in the future, or to make conditions ideal. Mass generational mind control programming, as well as selective breeding, or even who gets to live or die for the betterment of the species is our duty. All of this is finally sprinkled into every aspect of our mainstream information to reach our subconscious in order to usurp natural law in an attempt to avoid karma. If the whole world is doing wrong, then how can anyone point a finger at anyone but themselves? By convincing people that they are doing good when they are not, the people that want to benefit from evil are able to command others and their hands are clean. That is how Satanists have attempted to cheat karma for all time. It is our duty to not let that happen. None of these tenets sound evil on their own, without considering how the mind of a psychopath works. Many people have heard of these concepts from people they respect. You may even think that These are normal ideologies to practice. That is the extent of which evil energy has colonized the collective subconscious. That is the extent to which evil energy has colonized the collective subconscious. There are ongoing efforts to spread these ideologies as natural axioms. You will know them by their actions is not so simple. To see through the veil of illusion, people would have to know themselves and introspect their own actions for an honest analysis on who is involved in the common evils of the world. The scale of this feat is enough for most people to deny there is such mind control in actuality. This is a list of mind control methodologies. Mind control is executed in order to prevent people from ever discovering universal consciousness, their personal sovereignty, and by extension of being powerless. They will never find a solution because they will never see there is a problem. Obviously, people cannot understand what they have never been introduced to. Consciousness is expressed through love. That is the driving force that creates and expands consciousness. Love manifests internally as internal dominion. When our sovereignty is not respected, the external quality of love that could manifest freedom does not. Love is polar. The absence of love generates fear. That is the śāṭān energy. Fear generates confusion, as people are disconnected from the laws of nature inherent to reality. This achievement allows the generation of control, which is the external manifestation of fear. That is the will of the Satanists. This has been achieved by circumcising our flow of information so that we have been raised for generations to become more and more similar in our principles to the Satanists themselves. Normalizing mental and worldview schisms is as simple as effective mind control has to be. The brain is the signal for consciousness, and it works along with the heart to interpret how to act and what is going on around you. How we view our relationship with the world, as well as how we view our relationships within the world. Our worldview shapes our reality. Worldview and mental schisms arise when love energy is limited. Fear energy is produced in equal proportions to the absence of love energy. Fear shuts down consciousness, cuts off care, prohibiting action. The schisms caused by distorting consciousness cause internal opposition within ourselves, which equates to external opposition with each other. śāṭān energy rises when we are not internally united. When there is no internal opposition, the adversary cannot oppose our soul. If there is opposition between your thoughts, emotions, and actions, then the adversary energy that divides us is able to, because our thoughts, emotions, and actions do not match. We will do something in opposition to how we say we feel. That is the betrayal of the Spirit. This is a betrayal to the Spirit, which is the care, emotion, and intuition aspect of our brain, known as the goddess. This works with the creator aspect of our brain that deals with thoughts, intentions, and ego. Together, they act as our capacity to affect reality. When, babe, when together, these act as our capacity to affect reality. When these are balanced, there is no worldview or mental schism, as our thoughts are aligned with our emotions and actions. We will not take actions based on justifications. An ancient connotation with śāṭān energy is child sacrifice. That is what we are doing when we allow our children to be soldiers. We are supporting them or sending them off and not telling them, don't do it.